Welcome to the Florida State postgame live show. It's been an active, busy weekend of college football here. And maybe you shouldn't lead off the show with this, but I'm going to. Duke is not blowing a 10-point lead away from making the ACC title game at 7-5.
Is that how it works? If SMU loses to Cal and Duke wins, they're in. Is that all they need?
Duke already won.
Oh, sorry. Yes. That's what I mean. That they just need SMU to lose to Cal. That's all that it takes.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. ACC's missing. If Duke wins, the ACC's missing the playoff unless Miami gets in.
Yeah, Miami could sneak in maybe. Oh, there it is. Okay. Happy Saturday, Daniel Barry. It's nice. It's been a while since we've been able to come on this show after a victory.
Yeah.
Been a month and a half, right?
Yeah, 4 games and then a bye week in there. So yeah, like 5 weeks. Yeah.
A month and a half basically since we've been able to come on and do the show after a win. And what a game it was. It's weird. We're actually talking about the game.
Yeah.
Jaden Ball is the story of the game. 38 carries, third most in a single game in Florida football history, only behind Eric Rhett and Emmitt Smith. Mm-hmm. I think Eric Rhett had a 41 carry game or 42, and Emmitt Smith had a 39 carry game. 266 yards, which is second most in Florida Gator single game history, only behind a 300-yard game from Emmitt Smith.
318, I think I saw 318 or something like that.
Yeah, what an unreal game from Emmitt Smith there. And 2 touchdowns. I mean, Lagway was stealing some of Ball's touchdowns, but we don't need to get into that. It's the opposite. Oh wait, yes, the opposite of the Kentucky game from last year, where Ball had 5 touchdowns, where our receivers got tackled inside the 5 like 4 times there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we just.
Revenge.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, revenge right there.
Yeah. No, I mean, we kind of, excuse me, finally saw like what we've been wanting to see or like hoping we could see in some of these games, which is just, it's running the ball with Ball is working, like keep feeding him. I mean, obviously 38 carries a game is not sustainable, but we've wanted to see Florida feed him a bit more in some of these games, and obviously was incredible tonight. So, excuse me, you said like in the preview that, we could probably run the ball here pretty effectively in this game, and certainly was the case here. Obviously, in defense came to play too. Like this was a pretty, I mean, for the fact that it was semi-close, like, kind of at the midpoint of the game, it really was Florida's game that they controlled from start to finish.
Yeah, really, the only reason it was kind of close is because of that interception.
Yeah.
If, now we got a forced fumble on a strip sack there. So, it's like potato kind of thing there. But if Lagway doesn't throw that interception, some were saying that like it was a clear pass interference on TV. Did you see that or no?
I'd have to go back and see the replay. I never saw like a super clear replay of it, so I don't really have a take on that one way or another.
Okay, well, I saw some saying that it was like a pass interference here. If it was, and no called, like, I won't give Lagway as much blame there. But
it was still a bad decision. Like, it was still like a throw he probably shouldn't have made, but like,
yeah,
it might have been a little bit early on the contact. I'm not 100% on that.
Okay, but really a pitch perfect game outside of that one sequence there where we throw the interception, then FSU's able to score. Coming out at halftime, we don't score, but then when FSU got stopped on that 4th and 1, that's kind of where like the game was over. Because the way Florida was able to run the ball in the first half, it's like there's no way FSU is going to be able to stop. Like run defense usually doesn't get better throughout the game when it's at that high of a level, unless you just fully commit to the run. But Lagway had a solid game. I mean, it wasn't crazy, but
one of his better games of the year.
24, 168 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did what he needed to do, considering the fact that his running back was able to go for 266 yards.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of his better games of the year. I mean, I thought that throw to Sturdivant that set up the touchdown, not the touchdown to Sturdivant, but the throw to him a couple plays prior that set that one up. That was one of the best balls I've seen DJ throw all season.
Yeah.
Really good placement right where it needed to be for a big play. I mean, you can still see that talent in there, even though he's very broken.
It was a touchdown to Sturdivant too.
What was that?
The pass to Sturdivant, it set up a touchdown to Sturdivant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I was talking about the
okay.
set it up, not the slant to Sturdivant. That was like 3
I gotcha.
plays later. But yeah. No, good game for Sturdivant too. Good kind of last showing. I mean, he obviously didn't really have the chance to star this year just because of the offensive issues, but I think he's a good player that dealt a better hand, I think would have had a really nice year.
Yeah, he got stuck in a situation at UCLA where, I mean, there's a reason UCLA blew everything up after last season.
Yeah.
And the offensive end was horrible. Comes to Florida where it's like, hey, Lagway's a deep ball specialist, and you'd suspect that Sturdivant, who should be a deep ball specialist, would have a blow up season, but Lagway ended up struggling. The whole offense ended up struggling, besides ball, I guess. But he really came along. He had a good game against Ole Miss as well, if I'm not mistaken. So a couple solid games to end the year there for him. And I think with his upside, he'll be drafted. I think he'll be like a 5th or 6th round pick type of player.
Yeah, it kind of feels like DK, if just like, I mean, not like necessarily the same kind of player, but just like that sort of like, reliable, didn't necessarily get the chance to star in an offense that was up and down, but could see him catching on at the next level. I mean, I think he's just a guy who really stepped up with all the receiver injuries down the stretch this year, kind of a guy that took advantage of that, because he's one of the few guys that really has been available all year, been in the game and building chemistry with Lagway. So yeah, I mean, nice send off for him. Nice send off for a lot of guys. I mean, the guys on defense, I mean, Caleb Banks had a fumble recovery.
Hey, can I get one thing real quick?
Oh yeah, sorry, go for it.
DK is the best player in the NFL. He leads the NFL in yards.
That is insane. That is like, I mean, that is
by 300 too.
That's genuinely insane.
Like, he's 300 yards clear of second place.
How much of that?
He's on pace to break the all-time record.
Does he have a lot? I mean, I know a lot of that's returns. Like, does he have a lot of? Is he having a big receiving year?
I think he's having a good receiving year. Like, not crazy. Let me look at his stats real quick. DK stats. He had like probably 400 plus receiving yards. Okay, my computer's being slow. Okay, I don't know why my computer's being slow.
He has 252 on 28.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, solid. But I mean, yeah, that makes that even more insane because that just shows like how much how much of an impact he's made in the return game. That'll keep you.
Which he did last year.
Yeah, and that skill will keep you employed in the NFL for a very long time. As long as you're.
Yeah, I mean, look at Jamal Agnew.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we signed him specifically as a returner and had a kick 6, so that's cool for us. And he's a solid receiver too. It's also like the Tennessee passing offense is not good.
No. He's.
I mean, I have Cam Ward in a dynasty league and had to start him most of the year, so
it's tough.
Somehow I'm one game off the playoffs in that league.
That's impressive. Can't say the same.
And we do a super flex, so 1 QB in super flex, which is usually a QB. My other QBs: Anthony Richardson, Tyrod Taylor, Joe Flacco, and Jameis Winston.
That's tough. That's real tough.
And I'm only 1 game out of playoff berth, and we do 4-team playoffs. So
yeah,
Jesus, really good tight ends. All right, but moving on from that. Anyone else on the offense before we get to the defense? Mizell had a solid game.
Yeah.
It was nice to see him get some action there. Vernell Brown finishes the season with no touchdowns. I mean, he dropped it. It wasn't a perfect throw from or late from Lagway a bit, but like, you got to catch that if you're Vernell Brown, especially now that you're going to have 0 touchdowns on the season. Like, that's a bit unsettling.
Yeah, not much else of note on the offensive side. I mean, it really was just the Jaden Baugh show and then Lagway kind of filling the gaps, doing what he needed to do for the most part. Really, aside from, I mean, he only completed 15 and 24, but aside from that one throw, he was pretty solid.
Yeah, he was pretty solid. We'll get into that later, Rob. We're going to talk about the defense first because, hey, we actually won, so we're going to have a little bit of fun there. But talking about the defense, the D-line really showed out today. Outside of Thomas Castellanos in the, QB scramble game, they didn't have much of a run game. I mean, the running back broke off a couple nice chunk plays, but, like, the way FSU's offense works, they're going to hit some big plays on you. I mean, Deuce Robinson had a 44-yard catch on their first drive, or second drive, actually. That's going to happen. Did Deuce Robinson have a catch at all in the rest of the game? After that 44-yarder?
He had no. He had his last catch was with 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
So how many catches was that? 2 catches or 1?
3. He had 3 catches.
Oh, okay. 3 catches.
For 50.
I mean, because it was like the first play of their second drive, he just chucks it to Deuce Robinson. And yeah, you have 6'6" matched up against 5'10", 5'11" on a good day for Flowers. Like, that's not that good of a matchup for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we switched Ben Hanks. Someone I want to talk about. Ben Hanks had a really good game out there. He obviously got the pick on the Hail Mary. Not that really means anything. But, like, it was nice to see him get that pick. But he had a good game out there, especially covering Deuce Robinson, Deuce Robinson's a good receiver, over 1,000 yards this year. We're going to get some NFL action. Is he a second-year or third-year player?
I want to say second, but I'm not positive.
No, third, junior. Okay.
He's third, okay.
Yeah, 2023 was his first year.
Gotcha.
But, went for over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Like, he's going to get some NFL action. Wonder if he moves back to tight end, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would think.
I wonder if FSU pays him, and it's like, hey, would you rather go and move the tight end in the NFL and see how that goes, or get a big bag from FSU and still play another receiver and see what happens?
Yeah.
But getting back to the defense, the defensive line really is, and linebackers, front seven in general, was phenomenal in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles Graham. I mean, Bryce Thornton on the safety blitz, he caused the strip sack there.
Yeah.
Bryce Thornton had a really good game as well. Like, the pieces are there. Like, it's the pieces were on that defense the whole time. I mean, obviously FSU isn't the best team in the world. I mean, they're pretty bad actually.
Mm-hmm.
But like the way some of these guys played, Aaron Childs, he had a good game today as well. Like, you're having good games, and it's like Miles Graham, top 50 recruit. Bryce Thornton was lower 4-star. Aaron Childs, top 100 recruit. Jabari Flowers, top 100 recruit. Jaden Woods, borderline top 150. Caleb Banks is going to be a draft player. Like, there's so much high talent on that roster, on that defensive roster. And if they had a competent offense this season, like, this is a team that really would have been well-balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been well-balanced.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was nice to see the way the defense ended the year. I mean, like, because, it kind of, I mean, we kind of acted like last week. We both kind of thought it kind of looked like the team had quit a little bit. There wasn't a lot of quit tonight. I mean, they were playing hard. They wanted to win that.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of energy. Yeah, I mean, just in general, looked like didn't look like a group of guys who were going to lay down in a rivalry game. And, I mean, obviously doesn't mean that much when the difference is going 3-9 or 4-8, but it's still nice to see that, because frankly, like, I mean, I picked Florida to win, but I didn't know coming in. Like, I thought there was a lot of reason to think FSU could come into this game with more to play for, more motivated. I mean, obviously they're keeping Norvell around, so, but that didn't happen.
Wow, Auburn just got a 64-yard touchdown pass.
Wow. So it's what's the score now?
17-12 PAT pending.
Wow, okay.
Are they going to go for 2? I mean, wow, 6. I mean, that was the first drive of the second half. What a play for Ashton Daniels and Malcolm Simmons, I think. But this result has a lot to do with coaching carousel. I'm sure you've seen some of the stuff out there.
Yeah,
whether it's true or not.
Yeah, I've seen the rumors. Whether I believe them, not really. But I mean, there's nothing that would shock me at this point in college football.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I'm going to be like, there's no chance. But I certainly a lot of rumors churning about things that could happen if Auburn were to win that game, for sure.
17-13 extra point was good. What even happened here? Wait. Did he not walk out of bounds? Okay, maybe. I mean, whatever happened there. All right. Get back to this, but what were we on? Jaden Woods had a great game as well. He was in the backfield, had a couple of TFLs. 2 TFLs, including a sack. Like, true freshman. we'll get into it more tomorrow. We'll get to it a little bit tonight as well. Like, if the hire is Summerall, he's supposed to be a defensive guy. If you can retain a lot of this defensive talent, every new coach is going to supplement through the portal in year one, especially. Like, if he's a defensive guy, and I'll say the rumored names out there for defensive coordinator are also pretty good hires too. So I don't want to say anything on here because, especially if they're wrong, because it's just rumors right now.
Yeah.
The defense could be still really good next year. Again, we don't know who's going to be on this team. But if you can keep some of these players, man, and see what happens there and see who the coaching is like, it's going to be interesting. But there's some good players that are on this defense.
Yeah, I mean, again, it all comes down to retention, and we'll just see. But whoever's taking this job, if you're able to retain, it's not a complete rebuild. Like, certainly not as much of a rebuild as what Billy Napier inherited in November 2020.
I agree.
So, I mean, again, we'll see who that hire ultimately ends up being. I have a feeling we'll, if not get a definitive answer tomorrow, I think we'll have a pretty good idea what's going on tomorrow. So, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But certainly, I think the opportunity to at least compete immediately, if not be like a great team.
I was just about to say, it's more of a rebuild on the offensive end. It's really get a quarterback. Whether that coach thinks it's Lagway, and that he can develop Lagway, or whoever, if it's a defensive coach like Summerall, whether his offensive coordinator or QB coach can develop Lagway.
Yeah.
Like, you have the receiver talent there with Dallas Wilson, Vernell Brown, Aiden Mizell. I mean, we'll see what happens with this recruiting class. Like, if you keep a Davian Gross and Justin Williams will stick. He's from Gainesville. Like, he'll stick. Or Marquez Daniels. Like, there's going to be receiver talent. Like, that's not a spot you have to rebuild. Like, at most, you're bringing in, like, maybe you have a player who you really like that you're bringing in or something like that in the transfer portal or something, but the receiver talent's there. Ball, if you can keep Ball, like, you're good at running back. And I'm not too worried about running back, and especially if you keep Ball. So really, bringing some tight ends in is, tight ends. I swear, if we go into this first offseason and take like one big blocking tight end, I'm going to call it done for the new coach.
Yeah. Get the tight ends right, please, for my sanity. But also maybe don't run as much 12 personnel either. Maybe don't make that much of a focal point of the offense. I think the main limiting factor offensively next year is just going to be the offensive line because of what you're losing and just the fact that I think the jury's still kind of out on how successful you can portal offensive line talent. So, I mean, I think that could be a thing that holds the offense back next year, but also, teams that have poor offensive line play have still managed to have offensive success. It's not like that means you can't do it. So, yeah, I mean, I think that'll be a tough thing. But, I mean, if you get the quarterback right, whether that's Lagway or someone else, you can retain. I mean, retaining Ball might be hard, but, man, they need to find a way to do it if it's at all possible.
I'll also say about the offensive line, like, there is some talent on it.
Sure.
There's
it's
some
more of a
there.
question now. Yeah, but I think that is a lot less like I feel a lot less good about like a blue chip offensive lineman who hasn't played compared to like a blue chip receiver, just because I feel like that, there's a lot more questions that go into the development of an offensive lineman.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, hey, Tyler Chuckium seems like he's going to stick with Florida. So you're not going to start a new freshman there, but maybe we'll get into a bit recruiting tomorrow. But I mean, Rob, O-line has been bad all year.
It's been up and down, I would say.
It's funny.
I mean, they dominated the Texas game.
They did dominate the Texas game. I mean, the run blocking was great against Tennessee. We just didn't run the ball enough, and it was obviously fantastic tonight against FSU. Like, before the Ole Miss game, our run blocking grade was like second in the SEC.
Yeah.
Only behind like Missouri. So it's like, I've kind of said this all year. Is it the O-line or is it the entire offense? Is it the scheme? Is it the fact that Lagway hasn't been a competent QB this year? Like, is it the tight ends? So thing that we've been talking about all year. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many running backs are going for, how many yards did Ball finish with this season? 1,100, 1,200. I mean,
I think he might have been pushing 12 after the game he just had.
what? So yeah, I can add it real quick. 904 plus
so he'd be like
268.
He'd be like 1160.
1170.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if you do that behind a bad offensive line.
He does create a lot himself. I mean, Baugh definitely does. Like, Baugh will take contact at like the line and break through it and score. But there have been holes too. Like, I think they're pretty solid in the run game. I think the pass pro, they've had. I mean, I think the thing with the pass pro, I don't think it's ever. I think for most of the year it hasn't been like horrendous, but they've had some really bad outings. Like obviously the pass pro in the A&M game was horrendous. They've had a couple others like that. So. But I mean, I would say for the most part, I would say the offensive line has not been like the reason the offense was not successful this year. Though I would say it was a disappointment. It wasn't what we expected it to be.
Billy Gonzalez says he told the staff before the game that Jaden Ball was getting to 1,000 yards today. He says that it still eats at him that Ricky Pearsall didn't reach 1K when receiving when he came just short his senior season. But so I was listening to the radio, and right before I got home is when they start doing the call-in show. So I listened to one person, the first caller, and the caller complains that Jaden Ball didn't slide on that final touchdown drive there. He didn't take so we could knee out the game.
You're up 13.
Jaden Ball. So, and this is Jaden Ball's
on the line. There's nothing to lose. Like you're not playing for anything other than pride.
Coach told me don't score, just slide. I said, come on, coach, don't do me like that. We don't like those guys. Jaden Ball said it's about scoring a touchdown in the last minute.
I kind of love that. I love Jaden Ball going rogue. I mean, I wouldn't love it if that was like a meaningful game, in a tighter game. But yeah, against FSU, two teams with losing records not going to a bowl game. Yeah, rub some dirt in the eye. That's fine.
What's happened in this Tulane game?
It was like 14-0 last I saw. I haven't seen
it. It was 21-0 at half.
Okay.
And it's 24-0 now. People are saying it's just a Billy Napier game.
I get
as a 30-point favorite.
I guess we can get into it. I mean, I think, look, I get why everyone's. I'm not trying to like tell people not to be frustrated. I think, yeah, like this, like I understand why on its face that's the obvious comparison to make. I just like you can't. These are all different people and they have different skill sets. And also it's not like everything about Billy was bad. There were just a few really, important areas where he wasn't getting the job done. I don't know. I think, obviously no one like wanted John Summerall when the search began, but I think like the idea that he's just so clearly Billy 2.0, like I don't really agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, we missed this. Rob should have been 17-24. VB threw two drops. Was that the drop that was before halftime.
I was trying to remember. I honestly don't remember the second one off the top of my head.
It was right before halftime. Okay. It was right in his arms. He just drops it.
Gotcha.
In his hands. Chris Smith, Summerall is a good coach. Hey, and because it seems like he's gonna be the coach, Summerall. S-U-M.
Yeah, let's get it right.
I guess S-U-M-R-A-L-L.
Nicely done. Hey, I saw people still getting Kiffin's last name wrong after all these years. So, yeah, we got to get that right if he's going to be the coach. Look, guys, like, I get why everyone's mad. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. I think this is a good job and that there's more than one person on the face of this planet who, like, realistic candidate who can win here. So that's kind of where I'm at on that.
We gave him a chance. His name was Billy Napier.
I guess, like, at least before you like crucify the guy, at least like wait to see what his coordinator hires look like, what his first offseason talent acquisition strategy looks like. Like, I don't know. I just look at Mike Elko. I mean, obviously not the greatest example this weekend because they lost, but I think everyone would agree that program's on a good trajectory. And like, I don't think any of us would have been thrilled with that hire, given what his resume was when he got that A&M job.
I mean, I've said this before. I was insanely high on Elko.
Okay, I'm not saying, but I'm saying you got it. You got to agree that like the people on Twitter and stuff that are very unhappy right now. Like if you took a coach who won 8 games and 9 games at Duke, defensive philosophy guy, like that would not have been a very popular hire. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Like I thought Elko was a great hire because he had been at A&M. Like I think that's more of our Jed Fish.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Jed Fish was here 25 years ago. I mean, like,
Yeah,
I get it, and he's an alum, obviously. I'm not saying that's like the extent of his connections, but I mean, I think Fish would be fine. Like, I'm not necessarily saying I think Summerall is better than Fish. I think I could probably be pretty easily talked into Fish over Summerall, but I also think I understand why Summerall would be appealing in ways that Jed Fish isn't.
why is that?
I would say his familiarity in the SEC, his time as an assistant, his time coaching in the South, recruiting in multiple different footprints in the South. I mean, Jed Fish is kind of an NFL lifer. Like his background's more in the NFL, and then in college he's mostly been like a West Coast guy. So, I mean, I think that's like a fair question. I mean, again, I think the power conference experience would probably put him over the edge for me, and saying I think that's at least a safer hire. But I mean, Summerall, obviously I mean, it's kind of the same risk that you took with Billy Napier. I don't think he's the same guy, but it's the same risk in the sense that you're getting an up and coming coach, hoping that you're striking gold on the next Urban Meyer or whatever. So
I think we're at a point kind of. You look at the history of Florida coaches now. The coaches who had a lot of success here are guys that bring offense. And Jed Fish statistically has one of the best offenses in the country. Yeah. And I would be shocked if Jed Fish were to leave and didn't bring Damon Williams with him as quarterback. They had a pretty good close game against Oregon earlier today. Lost in the fourth quarter there, but that's kind of the thing with Summerall. It's like you're in the state of Florida, and the best talent around you is those skilled position players. And if you're not going to build a team around the best talent you can get, or the highest level of talent you're getting, it's a bit of a waste. And it's kind of like you look at Billy, and we talked about it. You have all these Lamborghinis with Dallas Wilson, Vernell Brown. We thought Sturdivant, Mizell, and all these other receivers there. It's like such high NFL level or high 5-star level talent there. And you're going to bring out Tony Livingston and Hayden Hansen instead. And kind of saw it as a joke because, receivers are going to get on the field, tight ends are going to get on the field, but it's like, if you're going to have all these players to not use them. Now, I do wonder, how much does Summerall control the offense at Tulane?
And is this something? I mean, he's a defensive guy. You'd think he delegates a decent amount.
Because I think it's interesting to look back at Elko at Duke, and his offense was a slow, steady offense that's, game control with Riley Leonard running the ball, and who was their running back? Was it Stark Thompson? No, Stark Thompson was after. They had a really good running back whose name's...
Sorry, who are you talking about? Where? What team?
Elko at Duke.
Oh,
because his offense was Riley Leonard and their running back whose name is escaping my mind right now. Was like, it was ball control offense, and it's like, does Elko, because Elko's a defensive guy, obviously, does he implement them running a slower offense to help the defense? Well, we see him now go to Texas A&M.
Yeah,
and now obviously they did not have a great game against Texas, but their offense has been one of the most explosive and fun offenses in the country this year. So, like, could that be something Summerall we see with Summerall? I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think that's look, Nick Saban had to make that change at one point to kind of get the offense more, where it needed to be. And I think if he's a good coach, he'll recognize that. And I think that's why, I'm curious to see who the OC hire would be. Because I think that would be, I mean, obviously, if it was not a very inspiring OC hire or like someone without a ton of experience, yeah, I think at that point that would be a concern at least. I mean, I'm not saying it would fail for sure, but it would be something I wouldn't go in with a tremendous amount of confidence about. But if it's Summerall and you can poach a very successful, proven offensive coordinator who kind of fits the style of what Florida's looking to run, like, I mean, I'd be willing to see how that looks.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We'll probably get a lot more answers tomorrow, and Monday. And then it's going to be interesting to see how signing day goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Florida. I mean, yeah, we'll see. If there's going to be a ton of decommitments. Obviously, I think a lot of people felt like the class would stay together if it was Lane Kiffin. I don't know if that's going to be the case for someone else. So we'll see.
Yeah, because it's only going to be 4 days now until signing day.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one. I mean, it's like a lot of these schools are making changes. I mean, no one's going to, I mean, that's a quick period of time to turn things around and make a flip. So, I mean, I would think Florida's probably in good position to maintain like most of their guys. I'm sure there will be a couple losses, but, we'll see if it's going to be like a mass exodus or something.
That's the one good thing about NIL. If you're paying the players,
and they can't,
that doesn't a good thing.
And they can't turn around necessarily and go just be like, well, I'll just get that somewhere else tomorrow. Like, it doesn't always work that way. So
no. Is it true Riley's team reached out and Strickland turned him away? So I know the post you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm actually quite familiar with it. But I heard this is true. I heard this before the tweet came out that Gary Contra posted it that he doesn't like Riley. Oh my goodness, everything's just escaping my head at this second. But Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
I was thinking Riley's his first name. No, but Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
It was not the first time that I had seen information that we don't want Lincoln Riley. I had heard we vetted him and they don't like his behind the scenes stuff and his personality type, which, yeah, I'll let you make for what that is. You think about that on your own.
Yeah, I mean, whether the actual thing about him like being really interested in getting turned away multiple times, like, I don't know, maybe. I'm not saying that isn't true. All I'm saying is be just as a general note, be like very skeptical of things you're reading online right now because people are just posting things to like saying things to say it just to say them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are pretending to have information. I'm sure most of them don't. Again, that could be totally true. I'm not saying I don't have any, like, I don't have like information or the contrary. I would just approach anything you see like that that's not like pretty well sourced, well reported. I would take it all with a grain of salt.
Yeah, that's really all I can say. Chris Smith here. The fans were told we were looking for a power forward. I don't remember being said the offensive-minded coach.
I don't remember that. Okay, I'm glad you said that because I saw a lot of people say that. I'm like, maybe I'm misremembering from Strickland's presser when they fired Billy. I don't remember that either. He definitely said the power forward coach. That 100%. He said that. I don't remember the thing either.
Winning a championship. Like I know he said those two things.
Yeah.
I don't remember him specifically saying offensive-minded part.
The other thing I'll say about that, like, I mean, look, you're right. He said that, and it doesn't seem like that's what he's going to deliver. I would also just say, though, like, a lot of this fan base was prepared to melt down if the name was Eli Drinkwitz or Brent Key. And those are certainly Power 4 coaches, proven to varying degrees. But, I mean, I'm just saying, like, part of the reason we're down to this point in the search is because there wasn't a lot of enthusiasm from the Florida side towards a lot of those other kind of power conference candidates,
Yeah, Chris, Rob kind of just explained it. Well, I was going to say, look at Kirby. He's a defensive guy, but he's got a team winning every year. And Kirby was a DC at Bama. Georgia just took his chance. And Rob that is Georgia. I think Kirby's the best coach in college football and has been a great recruiter for a long, long time now. And Georgia's recruiting base and style fits for success. Florida has a different recruiting base and offense speed is when UF has been successful because of the recruiting base. That's kind of where I was getting at a little bit earlier. when I was saying it's like, hey, you got all these Lamborghinis and 5-star receivers, but you're putting into 3-star tight ends instead. Like, you got to have a coach that's going to put the best players on the field and give your team the best chance to win. I also agree here. I would take Drink over Summerall.
I mean, I would too, but like I got yelled at on this show by the people in the comments when I tried to defend Drink earlier, like a couple weeks, like a month or two ago. So like, I get it. Like, I'm with you on that. I just like, I saw people cheering when Drink signed his extension. Like, this was always a reality that Lane would say no, and the options after that, none of them were super thrilling. So I get, like, I get the frustration. Don't get me wrong, but.
That's because we wanted. Hey, did Lane say no?
We all wanted Kiffin, man. We all wanted him, but again, he's Lane Kiffin, and I don't think. I mean, if he thought this was going to be like a 5 weeks of nothing, and then he takes the job, I mean, he was always going to make this a roller coaster, and always going to be trying to troll everybody, and someone was going to get played, and it seemed like that was Florida. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, like, it sucks. It's disappointing. We're all disappointed, but. Still got to hire someone, and
yeah, hope they win.
Yeah.
Oh, count out 24-7. Wow, what a night of football.
Wait, what's sorry? What's that score?
24-7,
dude.
SMU's about to score though. They're inside like the 15. So.
Virginia Duke rematch in the ACC when Virginia
Duke is winning the ACC title game.
I mean, Virginia killed them a couple weeks ago, so we'll see. But
I did pick Virginia to lose to Virginia Tech. So
did you?
That went well.
That's tough. That is tough.
But no, guys, I'd like to thank you guys for all joining us. We will be live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I should say. Yep. Probably have a new coach at that point,
or again, at the very least, like a. Pete Thamel, Florida is finalizing a deal with John Summerall or whatever. Like, we're going to get that at least, I would assume. Miami can isn't at large, Rob. They can isn't at large. They're out of the ACC title game. But if granted, like Vandy's going to jump them, right? Like they're Vandy.
That's what I was about to ask. Does Vandy
jump?
I mean, Miami dominated a top 25 team just like Vandy did. I feel like they have to know there's a level between Tennessee and Pitt.
I think so too. I don't think we're all adults here. We can be like not all 8-3 teams are created equally. Yeah.
Okay. I hope they realize that, but no. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Hopefully discussing a new coach and coordinator hires and all of that fun jazz that goes with it. I mean, I'm not so sure Lane is leaving for LSU at this point. So I think that's going to be really weird, especially if we see how the results of this game between Alabama and Auburn end up finalizing. But no, we'll see you guys tomorrow night for our live show. And sucks, no more game previews.
Yeah, wow. Man, that is like that. It honestly didn't really like hit me until tonight that like Florida's just done. Like no bowl. Like, I mean, it's happened a couple times in the last few years, and I knew it obviously, but it just
hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just hit me. No, but thank you guys. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Enjoy the victory as much as you can. And we'll see you next time. And as always, go Gators.